Welcome to Real Estate in Real Time. I'm Woody Zimmerman here with Mark Skabowski of Remax Lakes. Welcome to the show.
Here we are. Good morning.
Good morning, and we're at the end of the year.
End of the year and unseasonably warm temperatures.
Yeah.
I know. I saw some friends of mine were actually barefooting on Christmas Day.
Oh, wow.
They went out, because it was dead calm. And, as from a barefoot water skier standpoint, like glass water, you look at it and you just cry. Hey, I want to be out there on it, but it's cold.
Yeah, no.
I don't do it anymore.
No.
I used to, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys went out and water skied.
Wow. Okay.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Okay. So what we do at my place, like when we do like summer parties and the kids are over, we always play a game of wiffle ball. On Christmas Day, we played wiffle ball. It was awesome.
Sweet.
It was nice.
Sweet.
Yes.
Well, very good. Well, hey, how's the housing market doing? What do you think?
Well, it's I feel pretty good about it because I'm seeing that interest rates are dropping, and I heard that the Feds are going to drop the rates. At least they're planning on it in 2024. They're saying that they could drop them 3 times, is what I'm hearing.
Yes. Yeah, so January, February, March, they may drop and get there. And again, those are all predictions. I think that's leading to some of the end of the year euphoria that the stock market is having.
Yeah.
I don't know, if you've checked your retirement balance here recently.
No, I haven't,
but everything's coming back up.
Hey, well, that's good.
It's coming back up, and I say everything. Obviously, there's onesie twosies that aren't, but in general, the stock market is right back to where it was at the start of 2023, even though during the year it was declined. Just like interest rates are finishing the year where we started the year.
Oh, really?
So about 6.5%.
Okay.
In January of 23, they're about 6.5, 6.75. I've seen 6.25 here. So where are we at? It's the new normal, right? And we're back to a more normal marketplace as far as conditions go. People are feeling good about, their retirement, their financial position. They're more likely to buy a home. If there's uncertainty, and we always talk about what's your why. Well, part of your why is, can I afford it? Can I do it financially? If you're not feeling good and strong about what's going on financially, are you gonna take that leap to go from renting to buying? Or if you're in a smaller home, hey, we need to upsize, but you know what? Interest rates are a lot higher. We're in a 3.5% mortgage or a 3.25% mortgage. Why would you take on that additional debt? Unless you really, really have to. So and ultimately, that is a part of your why.
Right.
So, but long term, the benefits of owning a home, they're huge.
Oh, yeah.
They are definitely huge when it comes to building long-term wealth.
I have always said, if I didn't buy my first home and pay it off, I would not be in the current home that I'm in right now. Like the bigger family home, I wouldn't be in that house if it wasn't for me buying my first home at an early age.
Yeah, absolutely. And, whether it's you're 21 buying your first home or whether you're 40 buying your first home, if you think about it, that is a huge milestone in your life. Buying that first home.
Yeah.
And, the American dream, right? If you look back, and I know it's getting nostalgic on you, but if you look at the 50s, right? Guys that came back from World War II, right? There was the economic boom that happened as a result. Housing, it got to be to where just about anybody, if you really wanted to, you could afford to buy a home in the 50s. There was a lot of tract housing, so that, 1,000 square foot.
Yeah, cookie cutter.
Yeah, cookie cutter. They were all the same. Neighborhoods started. You got urban sprawl.
Yeah.
Cars were taken over. All of that stuff. If you look back at American history, that kind of prompted that boom, and it just continued and continued, and it's continued to this day. Have we had hiccups? Absolutely. Absolutely. But buying your first home, that's a big deal. That's a big deal because it actually positions you for long-term, growth and equity. You're providing a place for your family. There are so many benefits of owning your own place. You get to do what you want to it, right? In an apartment, you're not going to go in and repaint just to repaint. Why would you repaint somebody else's stuff?
Right.
Why would you knock walls out? Your landlord would not be real pleased if you decided you were going to take walls out, right? Or remodel your bathroom or whatever that. If that all comes to that pride of ownership. You get to say, that's mine. And whether it's, a 1-bedroom, condo, or whether it's a, palatial mansion, you can stand out in front of it and say, I own that.
Right.
That's mine. Now, you'd have some people, and I've heard this is the latest thing running around, maybe some of the young people, well, you truly don't own your home, the bank owns your home, unless you own it. Well, okay, yeah, you're paying for it long term, you are, but at least every payment that you make goes towards more of that ownership.
Yeah, equity.
Equity.
Yeah.
Equity. That's the whole idea, because you bought at a time, you stay over a given amount of time, and you're getting 5% a year in general price appreciation. Yes, you have to maintain it. Yes, you have to do all those things, but you're gaining equity along the way to where if you need to sell, it isn't you get to sell it, and ultimately you've reaped the benefits of that time frame and the dollars that you put back into it. Unlike if you're renting, it's just like lighten it up. Take whatever you write, the check, however you pay your rent. When it's gone, it's gone. There's nothing coming back to you as a result of that.
No, there's
nothing at all.
No.
And after the break, we'll talk about some more benefits of owning your own home.
All right, you're listening to Real Estate in Real Time. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're listening to Real Estate in Real Time. I'm Woody Zimmerman here with Mark Skabowski of Remax Lakes, and we're talking about the benefits of owning your own home.
Yeah, so numerous benefits. Talked about a couple beforehand. There's definitely some challenges to buying in today's market, right?
Yeah.
But in my opinion, yes, this is self-serving. In my opinion, the benefits far outweigh the negatives or the challenges that we're faced with today in the home market. So, again, fixing your cost long term, the accountant in me comes out. If you do a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, and yes, it may be 6.5%, but at least it's fixed. The principal and interest portion of your payment is fixed for the entire time. You don't have to worry about somebody getting a wild hair and deciding, hey, we had to put a new roof on the house that you're renting. Guess what? We're going to raise your rent. Or, hey, there's a real shortage. I can take advantage of the rental market, and I'm going to jack your rents up. I mean, during COVID and after COVID, there were some folks that were taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's the American way. It's entrepreneurship, right? I want to get as much as I possibly can. So I'm not slamming those folks that invested. But if you looked at Facebook, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on in social media, but there were a lot of complaints about landlords taking advantage of the situation.
Oh, yeah.
And some did. I'm not saying they all did, but there were some that jacked it up. I mean, here in the Warsaw market, I saw 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 800 square foot homes that were $1,200 a month.
Yeah, right.
It's like, how in the heck can anybody afford that? I mean, it's ridiculous. But now think of the flip side of that. If you owned your own home, at least you fixed your price whenever it was. Even if you buy at a premium, that part is fixed. You don't have to be concerned about, hey, is my rent going to go up?
Yeah.
Now, yes, there's obviously negatives to owning a house. You got to fix it. Things break, you got to fix it. Your furnace goes, that's a pretty pricey thing.
Right.
So you need to set money aside for that. You do. Do you have to mow the grass? Do you have to get the leaves out of the gutters? All the things that are associated with homeownership. But long term, the wealth that you can accrue over time, it is significant. So the challenges for buyers today, because I get this all the time, is now a good time to buy? Well, what's my instant answer? Well, depends. What's your why? Why are you looking to buy? Are you looking to buy because all your friends are buying? Are you looking to buy because your mom and dad says you're 35 years old, you should own a home by now? Right? I mean, you are the only person, you and your family are the only people that can decide, is it a good time for you to buy?
Right.
Are there factors that influence that? Yes. Right now, is inventory where it should be? No, it is not. There is still a shortage of inventory, and I think that's going to continue.
Yeah, I don't foresee that changing anytime soon.
It's not going to change anytime soon. And there's a lot of reasons behind why inventory isn't improving right now. Part of that is the fact that we were at historical lows for interest rates, 3%. Why in the world would you sell a property that you're in at 3% and now go to a 6.5%?
Right.
Unless you really needed to. Again, part of your why. Why is it there?
Well, I think when interest rates dropped and a lot of people bought at that time.
That's correct.
That ate up all the inventory.
There was high demand. There was high demand. The biggest change probably in the housing market that any of us have seen is the affordability factor. Because interest rates have fluctuated. We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
They've been up as 14, 15%. They've been down to 3%. Interest rates are going to fluctuate over time.
Right.
But the affordability, home prices jumped significantly in those COVID years, that 21, 22.
Right.
You were seeing 10, 15% price appreciation, not the normal 3 to 5 or 3 to 6. You were seeing 10 and 15%. So what has that done to potential home buyers? The homes that you want to buy are a lot more expensive than they were. And add to it, you've got higher interest rates.
Yeah.
So affordability. I watch CNBC almost religiously every morning as I'm eating breakfast and doing whatever I'm getting ready to go, sending emails, things like that.
Yeah.
They talked today about a $400,000 home with 20% down.
Okay.
The difference in the interest rates over the last few years, and it was $430 a month out of the house payment, which was about $5,000 a year in interest. Now, I don't recall the exact interest rates that they were talking about, but that's significant, and that's why it sticks out to me.
Yeah.
You take your cost of home ownership, if you were to have bought at the lower interest rate, you're buying at the higher interest rate, $5,000 a year out of your pocket.
That's
in
a lot.
a given year, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But think about it. If you were paying rent, that money is out of your pocket and gone forever.
Right.
Where if you own the home, the potential to make some of that back, or not, if not all of that, then some back, based on home ownership, is huge. Along with the tax benefits of the interest deduction, all those other things that come along with home ownership.
That's a huge benefit.
Yeah, it is. So when someone asked me, Mark, is it a good time to buy? It's not a 30-second soundbite conversation.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great time. Yeah. Right.
It's not that. It's not passing. Hey, haven't seen you in 2 years. What do you think? Is now a good time to buy?
Yeah.
Well, have you got a half hour?
Yeah.
Because we can sit down. Because you really need to delve deep into that. Because there's a lot of factors that would impact your why in making the decision. Should I buy now or not?
Yeah.
Should I sell now or not? All of those things. But it is not a flippant conversation to where we can just say, okay, 2 seconds, yeah, it is. So when you see these 30-second sound bites on the national media, or you hear it, or on social media, things that people are flipping around, throwing out there, it's not that short and brief. There's a lot more to it than just, hey, it's a great time, or no, it's not.
Well, it comes down to you and your why.
Absolutely. And you're the only one that can answer that. And I know I've said that a couple times today, but that's the important piece. So when we sit down with a home buyer, why are you looking to buy today? What's your current situation? Are you in a rental? Are you not? Are you living with your parents or not? Do you have something to sell or not? There's a lot of factors that go into it. It's not a 10-second and we're done.
All right. Well, if you would like to continue this conversation directly with Mark, reach out to him. Your contact information?
Sure. Website, skabowskiteam.com. Phone numbers, 574-527-0660.
All right. Very good. Excellent information. You've been listening to Real Estate in Real Time. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.